Okay, we're good. Hello.
Hi.
I had your volume turned
What's
all the way
going on?
down.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
All right.
So,
So, so
tw-
I'm just going to my list. Podcast topic.
uh
Do you got anything you want to tackle specifically on the list today?
huh. Well, that was the one that I had put on there, but I don't know if you want to go into that or not.
Which one was that one?
Uh, for that, I'll have to go into my list. List. Yeah, because I got my shopping list and
Having to bag your own groceries.
yeah,
That one.
yeah, having to bag your own groceries.
Okay,
So
go.
that's welcome. It's so this is the first podcast I think of 2020, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the first podcast of the year. Yeah, so the topic today, I guess, is bagging your own items, whether it be groceries or if you've gone to Home Depot or any of those other places.
So I think we should clarify that a little bit too, because I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, an American thing, or what.
Uh,
So, yeah.
you know, if you go by the adage that time is money, I think the U.S. would have probably implemented this first, but I could be mistaken. Now, bagging. Now, do you personally bag your own groceries?
Um,
Or not bag your,
yeah,
I mean,
sometimes.
scan, like you go to the one where you just kind of walk up to it and you scan your own stuff and then,
Getting a person, I'll go with the person every time.
yeah, yeah, I'm not,
But if it means waiting 20 minutes, then I'll just bag my own.
yeah, I guess it kind of all depends. I pretty much refuse to use it because all that is, you know, back in the day when machines were starting to take over people's jobs and
Yeah.
these were jobs like in factories and assembly lines, and then they've, you know, now they have all this machinery and all these people are out of work, right? I
Oh, yeah.
I find I don't think grocery stores are that hard up for money. I don't know. I don't know if it's a shareholders thing. Everybody needs to make more money for their shareholders, or how that all works, or how it even came about. Somebody obviously came up with the idea, and then everybody just kind of ran with it. I find it takes away from some people's jobs because I know people that work in different industries that would have this, and um, I don't know. I'm not for it, but that's my opinion.
I don't know. Yeah, I know they always say it's like this is the rule because it saves you money. We're doing it for you.
Right.
Like this is a benefit to you. And then I'm kind of like, well, is it though? Like it lowers the prices, and that's what they say. But then, here's a weird, alternate take on it. You go to Costco,
Right.
and they beg for you. They take your cart. They they take everything in. They give you boxes to put it in,
Mm-hmm.
and they do everything for you. And yeah, you got to buy your Costco membership, but like you don't have to there. And the volume of stuff that goes through there is massive. I would hazard a guess to say that Costco's are busier than any other food chain.
Right. Well, there's also the bagging issue too. I mean, I can go to superstore or whatnot, and you know they put your groceries through, and then they ask how many bags you want, and then you have to wait after you pay to bag your groceries, depending on what side that you're on that they're putting the groceries on. So you have the side that you're standing on, and then you have the other side. So they get your crap on the other side. You can't really go around, start packing your groceries. They're done. Then you have to come back over again. So you pretty much have to wait until you get to the other side. And then you would start bagging your groceries. It's like, you know what? Normally, when I used to work at co-op, and I mean, say, I think all these places, they, you know, as soon as they scan the grocery, bang, goes in the bag.
Yep.
Once it's full,
Yep.
it goes in the basket. What was wrong with that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I don't know. They just trying to move more people through the.
It's like a
It's almost
cattle.
like,
It's like moving
yeah,
cattle
oh yeah,
through a trough.
cattle
Or
analogy.
through the
I'm just trying to turn you up here.
Oh, am I too low?
It is, and it's like it's to save money, right? Because they don't want the cashier to do it.
Right.
But then it's taking more time, and you're holding up the line because hey, I'm not a professional bagger. You know, I'm not good at bagging. I'm okay, I guess. But I mean, I'm not a professional bagger.
Well, it kind of takes away from the you know, they can't blame you for, you know, putting the eggs on top of your bread instead of the other way around type thing.
But to minimize like breakage.
Well, if you pack it yourself and you break something or you mush something, and it, you know, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
But that's not a good excuse. Customer service has gone way out the window. They're looking for more ways to make money without having to pay their people. So it's
almost like we can save you money if we don't have to service you.
Yeah. Machines don't take breaks. They don't take holidays. You don't have to pay them overtime. You don't have to pay them for any, you know, if you're on WCB or you don't benefits, dental, retirement. There's nothing. It's just done.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know who this guy is. Oh, but he keeps flashing his right. I think it's actually my boss.
What's that?
There was a guy driving behind me. You know how I was talking about people with their high beams on?
Right.
I think that might have been my boss behind me.
Oh, lovely.
Hi, Pastor, if you're listening.
Flash need to say hi.
Yeah. Hey, you've gone quiet. You're a lot quieter than you were like 2 seconds ago.
Who, me?
You change your, yeah.
Oh, hold on. How about now? Is that better?
No change.
No change?
Nope.
Here I'm gonna just crank myself way up here. Is this better?
Yeah, that is better.
Well, it's way too high.
Way too high for you.
Well,
it's not bad. I might be fine. I just don't know how loud it's going to be on the highway.
Oh, okay.
See, this is what we do, folks. We do shit on the fly.
We're tweakers. We're just going to tweak everything.
And the tagline of the show, which I'm trying to use a bit more often, is it's recorded live and in the raw because that's the way real life is.
True.
This isn't a radio station.
No, we don't have a clipboard with all the questions and all that. We kind of fly by the seat of our pants. So if there's any little bit of lull, that's why there's no filler to go to the next question.
Like I'm kind of like, if people want to like listen to the radio, go listen to the radio. This isn't the radio. You know?
No. You know what I like to do?
The quality.
I like to listen to stuff while I'm doing stuff, and it's usually things that I don't. So I don't have to watch it. Like if you go to YouTube and you pretty much have to watch what it is you're listening to. Where here you can do it, you know, whatever you want to do. You do some soldering, you want to do some tinkering, whatever you want. You get some stuff in the background you want to listen to. Some people are talking about crap that, you know, hey, yeah, I'm interested in listening about that. I'm sure you have, you know, everyone has their own opinion on stuff. And definitely if you have an opinion on any of the topics that we're discussing, definitely leave a comment. And
definitely.
Yeah.
And where can they comment, Todd?
Where can they comment?
Yeah.
In the comment section.
At Sean Geek Podcast.
Yes, just below. Just below. Yeah. So, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was excellent, actually. It was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the holidays between, like after Christmas was over, from there till you, I guess, went back to work, I guess. Did you do anything exciting?
Yeah, well, I got excited because I get a chance to finish The Mandalorean. I actually had time to watch TV and stuff, so I finished The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Which you and I have to talk. We have to do a in-studio session. We're going to have Karen Brazula. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Mm-hmm.
That's our next guest in-house guest we're going to do.
Okay.
She's a Star Wars fanatic, and she asked to be on the show, and she's a client of Sylvie's, and I think it's very safe to say her and her sister, and actually all of her family, they're probably like definitely like top 5 favorite people to come into the salon.
Cool.
No doubt. Like they're all great, and the Halloween time, I take the kids there, and they always give something special to the kids.
Nice.
I don't know. Amazingly great family. So I want to get, we're going to get her on the show to talk to Mandalorean. And I also saw Star Wars, the new one, which she wants to talk about as well. So,
are you talking about Baby Yoda?
What's that?
Are you talking about the one with Baby Yoda?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I was debating what to do with that episode because I want to go in the studio because it's going to sound nice, and I think whenever we have a guest on their show, they shouldn't know how crappy the inside of my car looks. And I never want to record an episode in here.
Well, we'll put some of that Sonex. We'll put some, some nice padding and stuff inside the car, and it'll less reflective material, and we'll set up like a satellite dish on top of your vehicle, and we can
that'd be great.
Yeah, we can do some
drive around
high-end stuff.
Yeah.
I
mean, I like to get to that point eventually, I guess. But,
we'll have an episode roaming around Winnipeg and just kind of have some video.
Yeah, I figured out why that guy was flashing me, by the way.
Oh, why?
Whether it was the boss or not, I didn't have my lights on.
Oh.
On the car.
Oh, so it was a courtesy
flash. I was doing the asshole thing he told me to do.
What's that? That I told you to do?
My rear view mirror.
Oh no, did you? And then,
you asshole! And like, probably my boss is trying to be a dick, and he's like, "No, it's probably my boss right now. He's turning on my fucking lights." Oh, jeez.
Turn your lights on so we can see you.
Yeah. I think on the bagging of the groceries thing, though, I don't disagree with you at all. It seems like it's a necessary evil in this day and age where they're trying to cut costs, they're trying to find a way to save money, but they're also trying to find another way to nickel and dime and say, well, we're going to charge you for bags or whatever. And I know that the charging for the bags thing is an environmental issue, and that's the way they're trying to put it on these stores. Like, well, we're going to tax you if you're using plastic bags. We're trying to, enforce people not using plastic bags.
Okay, so let's go with Costco. Okay, Costco. There's boxes everywhere.
Oh yeah.
All the product in the store.
And they reuse them, right?
Yeah, all the product in the store comes in boxes. No different than whether it's Safeway, Sobeys, Supervalu. No, they all their merchandise comes in boxes. All they do is they take the boxes apart. When I used to work at Co-op, they had a big compactor in the back. You stick all the boxes in, you wrap them up, and then you send them away. That was the old way of doing it. Yeah. Costco reuses their boxes. I have not seen one bag at Costco. The only bag you could get, it would be a reusable bag.
Yep.
Why could you not, these other places, why could they not save the boxes? I mean, you got lots of room in the back. You can just have a big, huge bin, just load it with boxes. And with the amount of people go there, you want a box? Sure, not a problem. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost us anything because we don't have to buy bags or anything. And it's already there. Just use the bloody things. Costco's got the right idea. Why wouldn't you want to do it in other stores? Is there that different?
I mean, there's still the thing is though, they're quote unquote bagging your groceries for you. They're grabbing a box, and they generally have a helper.
Yeah, an extra person. Not even just the cashier.
They're packaging it in the box.
Right.
So it's easier for you to carry. Like, they're still doing all that effort.
Right.
But I mean, is that why we're paying $50, a year? If it's only $50 a year or $25 a year, like that's the minimal cost, and I'm okay paying that if that's what I get. But they're still being better for the environment. They're recycling the boxes. They're not creating as much waste because they're using it. Like they're literally reusing the boxes that they bought stuff in. You know, they bought a pallet of this and they're taking those boxes and using them.
Yeah. Well, when you buy gift cards, say you get one for Winners, okay? So it'll say on there, well, Winners is associated with the, say, Swiss Chalet or Foot Locker, like whatever. I'm not saying they're all associated, but you could buy a card and they'll have 5 or 6 different companies on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can
they're all on the same gift card.
Now I can understand with when you're bagging your groceries or you're not bagging your groceries, that's all dependent on the company. So if one company owns a bunch of stores, 9 times out of 10, they'll probably run them all the same way, so it kind of keep it consistent. But because Safeway and Sobeys and all these guys are all, I'm assuming they're all separate entities. They haven't just kind of branched off and says, okay, we're going to create another division here. This is for our high-end stuff. This is for our this is the lower end of the totem, that type of thing.
Yep.
But I'm pretty positive Costco has nothing to do with these other places. So they obviously have their own business plan on how they run things, and these other places have their own for what odd reason. Now, who knows? Things may change in the future, just as they've changed for the grocery stores. Costco has always been the same rate from day one, as far as I remember.
Yeah. I think so.
Now, whether or not they have a meeting with all the shareholders and says, you know what, we got to shave off another percentage of whatever, because they all want raises or
but they raise their memberships.
Well,
there's a raise to the memberships every few years.
Yeah.
And and for them, that adds a lot of revenue, so they can put that right back into the employees if they want.
Right. Now,
but they do pay their employees very well.
Yes. Oh,
that's the cream of the crop for working in a grocery store. That's the top.
Which place?
Costco.
Yeah.
Like they pay well. They're great benefits.
Right.
Regular raises, like from my understanding, and I don't want to give away too much, but from my understanding, you don't have a meeting to discuss what you're doing right or doing wrong. It's more, okay, well, it's that time. You have a meeting with your boss. You met all expectations. Here's a raise. And it's a set raise. You get it regularly. There's no haggling. A lot of places is haggling. Or if you're in a union,
right.
You only get a raise every 5 years or whatever the hell it is. Because I know some people that are in education. They stop getting raises after 10 years. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. I'm where I'm at right now. I'm pretty much pigeonholed. I can't go anywhere. The only way we'll get a raise is if our union gets us one. But at the rate it is, it's always 0.000 point something. So that doesn't even cover the cost of living. Everything's gone up.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
I mean, today, I got a doozy, but this would probably take a whole show, but I won't get into it.
So we'll tease the next show then.
What's that?
We'll tease the next show.
Yeah. Well, it would be a union thing, so I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if that
Leave it at that.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if that would be good or not, but.
No, we have too many stories about the union that we never want to share. I think we both get in trouble. Yeah. Now I'm almost home, and I'm not done with this bagging groceries thing.
Well, I kind of wanted to get. Yeah.
You kind of want to get what?
Well, I wanted to also talk about something else regarding groceries, but we could always talk about that later.
Yeah. But I want to finish on the superstore bit.
Right.
And all these self-checkouts and stuff. And then I want to go into the part 2, which hopefully we can do this week. I want to talk about the other side of things, the Ikeas of the world, and their whole till system and how that works. But so you're against the idea? You think it's a cash grab? Is that your 2 cents?
On the surface, yes. I don't know what their intention was to do that, but if you just look at, you don't have to even look at the the books to really tell. I mean, you have a person's wage and what they get paid and all their benefits and everything that go with it. Of course, they're not going to, if they don't need the person, they'll get rid of them, right? Although when you do go to Super Value, I do notice that on the wall it says that guaranteed every cashier is open on Sunday. I think it is. I'm not sure if it's Saturday and Sunday or if it's just Sunday.
Yeah, mine's Saturday. I'm pretty sure.
Saturday. Well, there's one day. I think there's one day at least a week on the weekend that they guarantee, and that's fine. Because then when you go, whether or not you can find a cart that you have to pay for, you can usually get in pretty fast. But it depends on what time of day you go. And I've seen some places where, especially around the holidays, around Thanksgiving or Christmas, or when everyone's like, oh, we gotta make a turkey or big thing, or it's a big baking time, and you go to the store. As soon as you walk in, you look down the aisle where all the cashiers are, and it's just lined up solid.
Yeah.
Then you kind of take a look at the self-checkout, depending on what you're there for. If I have a whole thing full, I'm not even going to bother. If I have one or two items, I might think about it, but I still won't go unless it's absolutely necessary.
So will you actually turn around and leave?
I wouldn't go that far, because then I would have to go somewhere else and stand in line again. So it doesn't. Right. It's not really beneficial.
I'll be honest. I'll go in occasionally. So can you just go? She's working or whatever, and then she'll look. I'll look after the kids and I'll run my business. Just go. She wants something and she wants it bad, or I'll be the same. I'm just craving chips and I want chips so bad.
Right.
That I'll go in, but I will turn around. I've actually turned around. If I'm going in there for a bag of chips and it's lined up, 10 people deep at every single till,
I'll just grab a bag from the vending machine.
Exactly. Well, I'll go stop at the co-op,
right,
or the Safeway, gas bar or whatever, and just I'll pay $7 more for this bag of chips.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Who else is doing the bagging on groceries? The Superstore does it. But now there's self-checkout. And the weird thing is, so they got a self-checkout, but they have an attendant looking after the self-checkout. Depending on the store, it's one or two people.
You know what? I went to Home Depot a while back, and there was some people waiting in line for the actual cashier because they obviously didn't want to go through the self-checkout either. And I think there's more people that have that mentality to a degree, I guess. But I was standing there, and then the girl that actually looks after, the one who watches you bag your groceries, that person asked me to come over, and then so she went ahead and scanned my stuff and put it in the bag right beside it, and then it says you just have to put your payment in. So, I mean...
So she did all the work.
I mean, it wasn't a big thing to scan. It was only a couple items, but still, it's the principle, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many people out there have actually lost their job because of this, or was this done just through attrition?
Well, Well, here's the other side too. As a cashier, you'd always have to, at the end of your shift, you'd have to bring your float back. And then, the person that's after you, they bring their own float out. And then they would balance your float, and if your float was out. So does that mean that now that if you're self-checking out, I mean, I know a lot of those machines are debit, and it takes the guessing out. But if something is missed on the scan, I'm sure there's people going through self-checkout. They got 5 candy bars, and they only scan 4 of them, or 3 of them, or none of them. No one really knows. It's not foolproof. But is it? Are they saving that much money that the theft part of it's okay?
I don't know. It depends on how they monitor them. I mean, you have a person standing there for one thing, and I'm sure there's cameras all over the place, especially if it's an unattended area. you would think that
Yeah.
they would have all kinds of cameras. You think it was you think you're in Vegas or something. You're in the bowl and you get the guys up there watching the cameras from from the room. We got a card counter and table 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking cold today.
Yeah, I think the thing registered was at -20 this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at my thermometer here.
Mm-hmm.
My thermometer. My
Your
it's
manometer.
saying -19. Oh, it's just turning. All right.
Manometer.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, winter is here.
Yeah,
Although
it is here.
The days are getting longer though, so it's staying out light a lot longer, which is nice, especially when you have snow on the ground. You know, as it is, it's kind of cold and stuff. So it's nice to have that extra light.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
Oh,
just faded out there for a second.
what's that?
You faded out there for a second for me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, no, you're back.
okay.
Shit, I was going to say something.
Weather?
Yeah, weather. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. It's really slippery where I'm driving here, so I'm half focused on the road.
Oh yes, pay attention.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
for sure.
this one spot here. It's very interesting because when we're talking about the metric system versus the imperial system,
Right.
on the highways here are 100 clicks an hour.
Right, which is 62 miles an hour, I believe.
Yeah, and yeah, is that what it is? 62?
I seem to recall that's what. If it isn't, it's pretty close.
Yeah. So I was on the perimeter highways 100. So I was driving 50 yesterday
Right.
down the highway. That's the slowest I could go.
50 clicks?
50 clicks an hour on the perimeter highway.
Wow, that's pretty
That's
slow.
as fast as I could go.
Wow. So how long did it take you to
Yeah.
get home? An hour?
Well, that was on the way in. On the way home, wasn't so bad. But on the way in, it was ridiculously slow.
Wow.
And then they misreported an accident. So I had the CJOB on, and just to monitor what's going on, so I don't get stuck somewhere.
Right.
And they misreported a traffic accident. So I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm not driving by there. I'm good. Don't have to worry about it. And it was not where they said it was. It was exactly the way I went to work.
Right.
It was like, God damn it.
Lovely.
And the road was actually closed. So I had to wait till they cleared the accident before we could get moving at all.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
So was there like parts everywhere?
No, they just, both cars went in the ditch. It's this little section here. It's just so icy, and they never sand here. And it's by the CN shops on Plessy there, by the CN shops.
Hmm.
You don't remember
out in
when we?
Transcona, out in God's country.
Yeah, God's country. The same place I was driving by when I was getting mad at drivers. that same stretch.
Oh, that's a good place to get mad. It was where it's all slippery.
Yeah. But it's funny. The speed limit here is 80, and we were going 30 on that stretch because it's really bad here.
Do you
And
remember?
they haven't sanded at all yet.
Right.
Do I remember what?
Do you remember back when Canada used to use the imperial system and they had just switched over to the metric system? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, that's how I was taught in school, is the metric system.
Right. But do you
Were you taught both?
Well, okay. Let's not say the metric system in general, because I mean centimeters and millimeters and meters and all that stuff. We learned in school right from, I think, the get-go. But
You did too, then. Okay, I was wondering if you did as well.
yeah, but just the actual speed signs when they used to be miles an hour, because I remember they used to be miles an hour and it was like 60 or 62.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that I don't remember. So that was.
And they were switching it over. I can't remember now if it was Trudeau, Hatfield, like who it was at the time, or Joe Clark, or I don't know, whoever was was our prime minister at that time. I think they decided to go to the metric system for that. So everybody who had vehicles at that point, had no clue.
Oh my God!
What the difference was between their speedometer and what they should actually been going. So they had these little stickers that you could buy, and then you put them right over your speedometer.
Holy shit! Really?
Because this was before it was all digital, right? So
yeah.
They actually had the great big orange dial going from 0 to 120 or whatever it was that the vehicles had, and for every you would have the kilometers stuck in between. You'd have like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then wherever the kilometers fit in there, that's where those little round stickers were. Yeah, that was eons ago. And I remember, I think it was our grandfather had that on his car.
Sure. Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I just assumed everything was,
Yeah.
metric.
And then when I had that 74 Sebring Satellite Plus,
that
I had the 74, that was all miles per hour too. So
that was
yeah. So then you had to go like, okay, and then after a while you kind of knew ballpark where kilometers versus miles per hour were at.
So now the standard for cars in Canada for sure is it's got both. Like everything's all on there.
Well, now, I mean, the digital ones, I mean, it's like Celsius and Fahrenheit. When you have a thermometer, you can hit a button and it'll read either one or the other. So I'm assuming it's the same thing when it has to do with vehicles, as if you were here,
right.
or if you had bought it in the States.
I still have a dial though on mine. You don't on yours? Like it's a dial. It says,
Well, I have both.
You have both? Okay.
I have both. Yeah, one's a digital in the center, and then it's got the actual needle that moves too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Nice veer off where the Canadian winter episodes always do good. So
Canadian winters. Do you have a snowblower?
No, I still don't.
No? Okay. No. You're the snowblower?
I am the snowblower.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest. Sylvie does a lot of shoveling. Like I actually have to stop her. Well, because if it snows during the day, she runs her business from the home. So if it snows during the day, it has to get cleaned. She doesn't have an option, right?
Yeah. You get the guys, you get the people outside honking the horn. Yeah, your driveway, I can't get in your driveway. Okay, hold on. And then she puts her toque on and gloves and boots. And
But no, she's good for getting it done. But if I see it snowed in the morning, I usually get up a little bit earlier and try to squeeze a workout or a writing session in. And then I'll not do that if I see what looks crappy outside, or I'll not shave and shovel instead.
Shovel versus shave. Do I shovel or shave?
Yeah, shovel or shave.
Kind of adds a fourth item to your shit, shower, and shave and shovel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to right now. I wanted to continue on the topic that we continued just the other day to make this a nice longer episode.
Sure.
But before I do that, I'm going somewhere tonight, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say where.
You're not allowed by who? Like who wouldn't allow you to do that?
Well, I could just spoil it.
Oh,
but I'm going to be appearing on someone's show tonight.
Ah, cool.
I'm not sure if it's live stream or not. I didn't get the answer on it.
Right.
And I was actually going to say, well, you get a package deal. My brother has to come, but they have to fill one spot only.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
So I'm actually excited. It's going to be recording 3 episodes back to back. So
wow. All 3.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap. Okay, well, so I'm excited. It's actually it's someone. Well, the show, I want someone from that show on our show.
Right.
I've always, like, when I started podcasting way back when.
Mm-hmm.
My one of my goals was to get the guy I know from the show, the main guy from the show, or the main guy I know from the show.
Right.
I wanted him on our show, and I probably mentioned him to give a bit of a teaser. I've mentioned him on this show before, and we met him at the podcast festival.
Oh, okay.
Steve and I did. Yeah. But anyway, pretty excited. It starts recording at 9:30.
Wow.
And we're doing 3 back-to-back episodes. So,
wow. It's a late night.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Bring some coffee.
Yeah, well, my plan is to make a coffee to bring with me when I leave. I'll probably leave the house around 9 or so.
Right.
To head out and go do it. So
cool. So can you say or not say?
No, I can't.
No,
I can't say.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air or whatever. But
sure.
But one thing I want to get back into our topic here. But one more thing, I just listened to an episode of James Beaver's podcast yesterday.
Which one?
It's the best. Beaver Does Movies.
No,
but
which
it's the
episode?
He's interviewing Roger Boyer.
Okay.
We met Roger at these meet and greets and stuff. He's the one of the 3 partners for the podcast festival here in Manitoba.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That might be one of the best podcast episodes of anyone's show I've ever listened to.
Oh, really?
It was. I don't know what it was about it, but the chemistry between these two was great. It wasn't necessarily funny. It was just you couldn't I was listening to it while I kind of was doing the dishes and stuff. It's I actually had to stop and then rewind a couple spots because I didn't want to miss anything. It was just so intriguing because we don't really know Roger that well.
Mm-hmm.
I just know he's a filmmaker and he's got some prestige under his belt and he's very good friends with James.
Right.
And, friends with Sam from Witch Police and Stefan from Thick and Sweaty. Mm-hmm. But, outside of that, I don't really know the guy. But, wow, after listening to this interview, I kind of want to get to know him. He's a fascinating guy. He's a really fascinating guy.
Yeah, you never know about someone until you actually sit down and go, oh, really? It just kind of blows you away, some of the things that they say, because you would have never expected it from.
No. But what a fascinating, I don't know. I genuine salt of the earth guy. Just good dude. Right away, it's holy shit, who is this guy? When I met him, I thought he was a nice guy, but just hearing him talk and talking about his passion for movies and stuff, and, being a director and the films that inspired him, it was wow, it's just really solid episode. Oh. And that's the kind of good stuff, I should say, that you get from a Manitoba podcast.
Crap is good. Some crap is good.
Yeah.
It's good crap.
Yeah. Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
So, kudos to James, man. He's just killing it.
Right on.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the topic at hand.
Okay.
A little deviation there. So the one thing I want to bring up, so we were talking about bagging your own groceries. Oh, I'm getting a phone call from somebody, but I don't know who it is. Oh, whatever. You still there?
Telemarketer?
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. 575 number.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've been getting a lot.
Yeah, they Google it. They say, oh, don't hang up. Yeah, click.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I've been getting a lot of calls from Ottawa. Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long, but I'm being arrested. But it's been weeks now, and I don't know, shit or get off the pot,
Well, I keep getting calls, and I can't understand. It's some type of I don't know if it's an Oriental language, so I can't really make out what they're saying. But from what I gather, from what I've heard from others, I guess it has to do with people immigrating here and getting shit scared because they're saying that, if they don't send money or something or other, they're going to get deported or something like that. So, there's lots of scams going on out there. Nowadays, when I get an email that's actually legit, I kind of question myself going, do I click on the link?
Yeah.
Because if you hover over the link, it shows you exactly where it's going to take you. And if it looks very suspicious, then obviously it's crap. And all they're wanting is to try and hook you and bait you and then weasel your credit card number and your private information from you. So it's always good to keep an eye. I think we kind of covered that last.
Oh yeah.
Another
we did.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful.
But so be careful. Yes. So what I wanted to talk about was, you've been to IKEA, right?
Oh yeah, I've been lost there many times.
Yeah, ditto. I know some people are very anti-IKEA, and some people are very pro-IKEA.
Right.
And one of the anti-IKEA things that pop up all the time is the whole, okay, well, you pick what you want to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get the table. So if I want to get the table, I need box AA3 and box B52 and another box. So like one box will be like the tabletop, and one will be like the legs.
I've done that.
And you got to go, what's that?
I've done that.
Yeah. So then, you go down to the warehouse part, which is the main floor, and, you find where your stuff is, and you grab it off the shelves and throw it in your cart, and you go pay for it.
Right.
So one of the big anti things I always hear about IKEA, and actually, someone was spouting off when I was there to them, saying, this is horse shit. I can't believe I got to go get my own stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, holy wow, like,
Hey, there's lots of other places to shop. You don't have to go there.
Yeah.
That's like going to see a comedian and they heckle you. It's like, why the hell did you pay to come in if all you're going to do is shit on me?
Well, yeah.
But anyways, go ahead.
So what's your opinion on, we were talking about self-bagging your groceries, but what about self-packing your cart at an IKEA? Like, what's your take on that?
You know what? It's laid out in a manner where it's not really cumbersome. It's very open. It's kind of inviting to a point, because what they do is they actually have the things that you're buying is usually kind of set up as a display to kind of give you an idea of where your item is. I mean, they'll say, aisle, such and such, and shelf such and such, and whatever tier that they're in, which is good. Because when I went there, we had bought a table and chairs. Actually, it's a table and chairs that's meant for outside. So it's everything they have there is wood. So it's like a stained wood, and then it's got a table, and then both leaves kind of come up on both sides. And then it comes with a bench and chairs. And of course, if you want the bench, you have to go to get it here. If you want the chairs, you got to go get it there. The table's on this side, and it's all different boxes. It's almost like a Costco, but a little bit different laid out. But I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that.
I don't mind doing that either. I actually, maybe we'll get some hate messages on this, but IKEA is a company that found a way to do what it does. And the big thing I don't work there, so this is just my outsider's opinion. Mm-hmm. But I've done a lot of process improvements in my career at a lot of different places. And from what my understanding, the system that they use, it's all about finding efficiency and working smart, not working harder, but working smarter.
Yeah.
So everything they do is about working smarter. And by working smarter, you're lowering your costs, and then you can pass those costs on to your customers. Right. That's the concept.
Correct. Yeah.
So if it's easier to have everything in a warehouse and you go pick it up, and then take it to your car from there. If it saves you a bunch of money, especially because this is all stuff that would be very expensive to buy. Like if you go to Dufresne or Current Hill Furniture or any of the big ones, they're very expensive.
If you look at the quality of IKEA, which is pretty much everything is, I don't know if it's all pine or what it is, but the quality, I mean, you're kind of comparing apples and oranges when it comes to the quality of it, I would say, but that's my opinion.
Okay.
The stuff,
but they do have different levels. IKEA is, I will admit, lower quality, but they have different levels of quality within that. So you can spend a bit more and get something a bit sturdier or better or whatever.
That's true.
Depending on, So but if you don't have a lot of money and you need to, build your entire kitchen,
right,
you can do it.
Yeah, that would be the place to do it. And it's simple, like you said. They're looking for ways to make things simpler and easier and streamlined. So I mean, the same as when you're, I guess, the cabinets for your kitchens and stuff. I mean, our cousin has I mean, she's an Ikea. I mean, I'm sure she probably has shares in the company.
Yeah, she probably does. Yeah,
because pretty much everything that she buys, I think, for furniture comes from there. I mean, her whole kitchen was from there too, I believe. And
but it's doable. Everything's doable.
Yeah.
Like she was a single person when she was hooked on IKEA. You know, it's like it's easy. She can just do it herself.
Like, have you ever hung kitchen cabinets before?
Oh God, no.
No. Okay, so you need
like non-IKEA ones. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
So you need multiple people, and then you have to measure stuff, hold it up, have someone help you hold it up, depending on how heavy it is, whatever the piece is, and then screw into the wall and make sure you hit the studs and whatnot. Where IKEA is they just have a metal rail that goes across, and then basically it just hangs up on a lip. Yep. And it's like, okay, that's simple. Why wouldn't they have done that with the other stuff? I don't understand why. I mean, it's simple. I mean, it's like the thing where they're trying to figure out how to write in outer space or underwater and stuff. And it was like, well, I mean, you have to have the pressure, and then of course you get the gravity. Of course, now you don't have gravity, so now the ink doesn't go down, and trying to figure out all these ways of getting it done. And meanwhile, the Russians would say, well, we'll just use a pencil or, something like that, like something simple, like make it simple. Don't try and overthink it type thing.
And I think that's the key to IKEA success is they're like, look, there's some people want to be, they don't have the wherewithal to do something on their own. Our cousin aside, like our cousin's a very accomplished home reno now. Mm-hmm. Over the years. So, but I mean, when she was starting out, or, if I was starting out, like, you have affordable ways to get stuff. And because you're not going to hire someone to install it for you, they make everything easy to put together. And I know there's always jokes about it's so hard to assemble IKEA furniture. I totally disagree.
Yeah.
It's way easier than installing, like you said, cabinets in your kitchen, from a different kind of place.
Right. I mean, if you went to Walmart and bought an end table or a coffee table or entertainment unit, it's all the same idea. It's all modular. Here's the map of how to put it together. Here's the screws. They give you the Allen keys and whatever you need to put it together, and it works. So I mean, there's nothing.
But they keep their costs down too by not having any language on there. So they find a way to make the instruction manual without words, so that they don't have to print it in 20, in 50 different languages. That saves money, right? So, I mean, they're always looking at angles, and they're always looking at ways to do things better. Because if they can make something easier to make, like even on the production side, they find ways to make it better. So if they can get the production costs down,
right? If
they can keep everything in a warehouse and keep those costs down, but then, like, the proponents on the other side say, yeah, but they're a big conglomerate and they make all this fucking money. And, well, yeah, you know what? They give a lot of their money back. They give it to their employees. They donate to 1 million charities. Mm-hmm. Some people go to IKEA to eat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but still though, like, at least they're doing something.
Right.
Like, we've amassed this power. Well, they're not wasting the power. They're doing something with the power.
Right.
I don't see them, like increasing the remissions for efficiency. They're not doing things to hurt the environment to increase their efficiency or decrease their cost.
Right.
They're not that kind of company. But they're also, hey, what can we say? They're also Swedish, right?
Yeah.
And we know how we feel about Sweden.
Yeah, we love Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they're having, was it a Valentine's dinner you could book at IKEA? I'll have to look into that. It seems to me someone was saying something, if you want a Valentine's thing, they've got something going at IKEA where you can have your Valentine's. I don't know if that's the meatball thing or if it's I think they have fish there too. And
yeah, they have fish. Yeah.
I'd have to look into that more, but it seems I heard something regarding that. And actually, speaking of when you're saying about showing symbols and whatnot without actually writing stuff down as instructions to put it together, I mean, we have that kind of at the hospital. So what they've done is they've taken animals and colors and to say you like you're in the purple polar bear area, or if you're in the green owl area, or the
I have to admit that does make it a lot easier.
pink elk or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's fine to a point. So I mean, if people, I mean, they'll call and they'll say, "Oh, the elevator in purple polar bear isn't working." Well, okay, that's fine to a point. But now I have to call the elevator company. Now they're going to laugh at me. And where's this elevator located? It's located in the purple bear area. Purple who? You got Barney working there? No. So that's the other thing. But getting back to, your bagging your own stuff and picking your own stuff. Now, I know now Superstore and other places now, you can actually order your groceries online, pull up, and they'll load it in. Now, I don't know if Ikea has that ability or not, because I know
yes, they do, and they offer it.
There you go. Because I know Canadian Tire and other places, you can order online. You can just go there and pick your crap up and leave. You don't have to wander on the store.
No, they offered it like almost right away.
Oh, well, then that works too. So if it's something you don't like doing, and you can just order from the catalog and pick it up from your local store. I mean, we're lucky we have one here, but not everyone does. So you'd have to order it online regardless. And there's some stuff on the American one that they don't have on the Canadian one. Because I was looking to make a pedal board for my guitar.
Yeah, okay.
And what it is a shoe rack. Now and someone had sent the link to the Ikea link to where the shoe rack was that they had used. So I went to the link and I went, oh, perfect. So I write the name or SKU and I tried it in the Canadian one. No, nowhere to be found. It's just US only. So
darn it.
It didn't work. So they're not always the same. It's the same as Amazon or all these other places like .com versus .ca. Same idea. Like some places they'll have some stuff, but they won't have it all.
The last thing I want to say on it was people complaining that you got to pick up you got to go pick up your own stuff. When you get your groceries, don't you go pick up your own peas? Don't you go pick out your own meat? Don't you go so people complaining that they got to go pick up their own stuff. Well, isn't that what you're doing anyway? And you go everywhere else? Why is,
well, that when it comes to produce, that you kind of have to, I've seen people actually picking people's orders with those great big carts and they kind of go through it. I've never actually ordered, so I can't say, well, you know what, I ordered, half a dozen gala apples or something, and, half of them are bruised or I'm not too sure how. I'm sure they handpick them just like anyone else would.
Yeah.
I would assume, but not necessarily so. That's a good way to get rid of your stuff you don't want.
Yeah. Very true. All right. Well, we'll cap it off there.
All righty.
I'm going to have fun tonight. I'm going to be tired, but I'm going to have a cafe latte.
Oh, cafe latte espresso with a couple of shots of sugar.
Or no, cafe mocha, I mean. Cafe mocha, that's what I'm going to make.
Cafe mocha. Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah, with carnation. I make my coffee with this is my favorite thing to have. It's McDonald's coffee through the Keurig.
Right.
With 2 tablespoons of
Bailey's.
Carnation.
Okay.
But carnation.
Right.
I don't put any sugar, no milk, no nothing. I just put that in.
Carnation.
Oh, yeah. Carnation hot chocolate.
Oh, hot chocolate.
God. Yeah, it's really good. And then you could top it off with a Bailey's or whatever, and that makes it even better.
What brand did Pepper use? Because
Carnation.
It was Carnation. Because when you say Carnation.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
Automatically.
You stopped talking all of a sudden. And oh, wait a minute. I know what that is.
I picture the red can with the pink. I don't know what the hell they were.
It was the can of milk. Was it like condensed milk? Is that what it was?
It was. Yeah, it was a condensed milk, I think. Yeah. So then they'd have the can openers that made that little indent and then made the hole in the can. And of course, you had to do both sides. So you have the air coming in while the stuff was coming
in. Yeah.
So when you say Carnation, that was the first.
Do that.
What's that?
Do people have condensed milk anymore?
Oh yeah, I've got some in the
James,
cupboard.
yeah.
Yeah.
James, is that a British thing? Do they do that over in England? I'm curious. It sounds like the Brits would be doing it.
You never know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's sign it off here. Send me this when you can, and
for sure.
Today's episode will debut. I don't know, next week sometime.
Brought to you by the letter S for snow.
So we are in. Yes, exactly. Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you on the flip side. I'll let you know how tonight goes. Not when I get home, but tomorrow.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right.
We'll talk to you later. Good luck.
Awesome.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.